The scene begins with a little girl crying for what happened to father and mother. She is being comforted by two guys. They gave her some chocolates and something to drink. The manager of the club asks her if she is all right, and she really did have a hold on herself. He assures her that there is nothing to be afraid of here now and tells her to take some rest while patting her head. One of the guys tells the manager that some people has come again. The manager apologizes to the little girl as he has to leave and attend a meeting, but says that they talk again later. He asks her to wait for him. The little girl trembles, but the manager holds her hands and promises that he will come back. The little girl smiles. The manager and some other guys are seen leaving the club with baseball bat and Molotov fire bottles. There were other people taking shelter in that club as well. The scene changes, and the manager along with other guys are seen fighting with the zombies with their weapons. A zombie named Akimi was seen biting a guy. Another guy was bitten in his arms and was changing into a zombie. The manager screamed and motivated the other guys that they have to protect the club, shoo time from the zombies. A large group of zombies started attacking them, and they were fighting back. There were zombies and blood everywhere in the streets. Suddenly, Akira is seen riding his fancy bike and reached a place named Shinjuku. He says that it has been so long he had last been here, and it was very crowded here. The scene changes and goes back to few hours before, where Akira is seen freshening up and thinking of growing his beard any way he wants in his home. He then tests himself by drawing fake beard with a marker to see if he looks good, but doesn't like it and crosses his wish to grow a cool beard from his notebook. He then receives notifications and messages on his phone and realizes that the phone connections have finally started working. He then scrolls through his social media and says that as he was so busy with his work for the past 3 years that he turned all the invites down. So, he replies to all the texts and wants to see all the people now. Akira waits for the replies of his texts to start conversing with other people. He loafs around here and there. After some time, he realizes that he could only use the internet now, as there is no internet traffic due to the zombie invasion. He then looks outside the balcony and sees crows biting from the dead bodies. He feels sad and regrets of not spending time with his friends and doing overtime only to remain all alone during this time. He then scrolls his inbox and stops at his friend Kensho's inbox that reminds Akira that Kensho once asked Akira to quit. He then says that Kensho isn't a guy who would just lie down and die. He tries to call him. Suddenly, the scene changes, and a man was seen hiding in a room from all the zombies at a bar. There were naked zombies roaming here and there. Kensho shuts the door when a zombie tried to attack while he tried to escape. He realizes that there is no way out and drinks the last bottle of water from the refrigerator. He had nothing but water for 3 days. And the worst part is he is stuck inside the room with a zombie, which is making him lose his mind. But he is lucky that he got into a bondage room while being drunk. Kensho was really hungry and tired at this point. He feels trapped in this place. Suddenly, Kensho starts thinking about Akira playing rugby and fooling around during their college times. All of a sudden, his phone rings, and it was Akira who called him, leaving Kensho surprised. He receives his call and Akira feels happy. Kensho asks why is Akira so hyped in this situation. Akira says he will tell him all after they meet. Akira asks where Kensho is. Kensho replies that he is at Shinjuku. Akira says that he will be right over there to fetch Kensho. Kensho says the place is filled with zombies and he will be killed if he comes over here. But Akira says he will be all right and tells Kensho to text him his address. Akira hangs up the phone right away and gets on his bike to fetch Kensho. On his way, Akira reminisced the days that he and Kensho spent during their college times. He was Akira's closest friend. He says that as he was good with communication, things were good for him at his job. While Akira was tired due to overworking, sleep deprivation, and exploitation in his job, Kensho was enjoying his life with his job and his new model girlfriend. Akira didn't have patience to listen to people's success stories. Kensho even suggested Akira to quit his office, as it was very exploitive. But Akira got jealous and yelled at him that he was being too much obnoxious, bragging about his life. They both had attention due to this and decided not to see each other anymore. Akira rushed to save his friend Kensho during this emergency situation. The scene changes, and it was seen that the manager of the club Showtime was all alone in front of an army of zombies. The zombies were almost attacking him. He almost gave up and decided not to keep his promise to the little girl. But all of a sudden, a loud sound distracted the zombies, and they all started walking towards it. The manager falls down in the road and thinks if he was safe. The loud howl of the zombie in the bondage room woke Kensho, and he was confused where it was coming from. All the zombies went to the direction of the sound. A loud horn was on in a truck, which caught fire. There, a rugby ball was seen taped to the horn to keep on making the loud sound. The ball was Akira's rugby ball. He had tapped it to distract the zombies in the city by creating noise to save his friend. He then went to rescue his friend, Kensho. Kensho came out of the room and was confused why all the zombies had left the building. Suddenly, he heard Dr. shutting, and Akira appeared behind him. Kensho was confused, shocked and surprised by seeing Akira as he had made it to him. Suddenly, Akira breaks down into tears and tells Kensho that he should have quit the company when he advised him to, and he shouldn't have been jealous of his success and happiness. Akira regretted to take out his anger on Kensho and apologized. Kensho was surprised at Akira and asked him if he came all this way to apologize him to him. Kensho was confused. Suddenly, a group of zombies came howling at them. They came here as Akira shouted while apologizing. They had to other way, but to go up in the roof. Akira took all the heavy air conditioning machines and blocked the door with it while Kensho was holding it. Kensho was confused and was thinking how to escape and go into a safe zone, as the door will not hold out for long. He panicked and asked Akira what to do, and Akira finally decides to jump to the roof of the next building, as it was close enough to leap. But Kensho was scared and told him that they cannot make it. It was impossible. But Akira all of a sudden started running and jumped to the next building with a small injury in his head, but was all right and safe. He asked Kensho to jump, but he was hesitating as he thought he will not be able to jump far. Akira told Kensho to jump. Kensho then took a few steps back and told Akira stopped. He told Akira that he was thankful to Akira as to come all the way to save him, but he said that he won't be able to jump. He was scared. The zombies were still howling and almost breaking through the door, but Kensho had something to tell before the end to Akira. He told Akira with teary eyes that he didn't actually enjoy his job at all. Days after days, he had to fake smile and lie to people and tricked them into bad contracts. He regretted everything. All the praises from his bosses. Dating pretty models didn't make him happy at all. He confessed while crying to Akira that he was just showing off and lying to feel less empty inside. He was pretending everything and felt like a horrible person. And he was the one who needed to say sorry to Akira. Akira smiled and said that it all made sense now and motivated Kensho by saying that he was always a fun-loving person and made sure everyone around him was having fun. Kensho finally felt motivated and said he actually wanted to entertain people. He wanted to be a stand-up comic. Akira then told him to quit and become who he wants to be. Akira gave him confidence and motivated him. The roof's door finally broke and the zombies started to swarm inside. And Kensho finally jumped to the other roof and took all his clothes off. His genitals were flashing with a sparkle. Akira laughed at Kensho while he was totally flashing his genitals to Akira. Suddenly, he didn't reach the roof and started to fall down. He grabbed the building's roof at its corner. He thought he was going to die, but Akira then held him and pulled him up. He was saved and started screaming in pain as he had scraped his testicles while Akira was pulling him up. The scene changes and it was finally evening. Akira and Kensho was drinking beer and eating snacks with a bonfire in the roof. They both hung their clothes and were butt naked. Akira told Kensho that he didn't expect Kensho to cry like a baby. Akira mocked and told him that his jokes weren't new, and he had always done naked jokes. Kensho expresses that he wants to go on stage and to continue joking. Kensho made fun of Akira saying that he was dying from his job and looked worse than the zombies. Akira made fun of him too. He said, "What kind of stand-up comedian cries?" They both laughed at each other and drank beer with satisfaction. Kensho then compliments Akira, saying that he was really amazing today. He also tells him that people who gives up their job and move on with their life become successful later on. A warm breeze flows by Akira, and Kensho tells him that he can be the guy who saves us all from zombie infection. Akira acts in disbelief and tells Kensho that it was not going to happen. They again laughed on each other. Kensho then tells him that he thought of something new. Akira says his thought might involve something naked again and keeps on laughing. They both kept drinking and fell asleep while fooling around throughout the night in the roof, butt naked. It was also seen that Akira Crossed checked his list of 100 wishes of drinking with his best bud before sleeping. With this ends today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel if you like this video, and we will be back with more videos. Thank you for watching.